research led me to this study.
Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Coinsula. Happy New Year! Today's video is really exciting and it's something I haven't talked about on this channel yet. Books! So fun fact, I'm actually a really avid reader. Well, not so much in the past year, but that's what this video is about. We're gonna fix it. Today's video is gonna be the books that I want to read in 2021. So I have this habit of buying books that I either don't finish or I don't start before buying more books. I'm actually sitting at my desk and to my left there is my bookshelf. Oh, I mean, some of them are books that like I had when I was younger, like the Princess Diaries series. I will love that series forever. I do not care. Actually, I might reread that. But just books that like I've bought that I haven't read. So that is what this big old stack of books is. The books that I bought, my mom has bought, that have been gifted to me, that I just haven't read yet. Some of them are like 4 years old. So this year, I attempt to read like more physical books, because I do read on my iPad and on my phone, but I want to read. So yeah, these are the books I'm gonna read this year. In no particular order, I want to try and do at least one a month. The goal is to read 12 books by the end of the year. I know some people have like goals of like 50, 60, but I want to do 12 physical books and then one ebook every month. So yeah. Another reason that I'm doing this video is that I say all the time, oh, I'm gonna read these books. I'm making this video to hold myself accountable. So I hopefully want to do a video at the end of every month of the book that I read that month. So in no particular order, I don't know what book I'm gonna read for January. Although I have a vague idea of what book I'm gonna read for January. But yeah, so the first book, we're just going, is Truly Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty. So I love Big Little Lies, the TV show. I have never read the book. And so when that show was out, I was out shopping with my mom and I saw Waterstones and I can't resist going into Waterstones, like I have to. So I went in. I was actually looking for another book, which was The Throne of Glass. I can't remember which one it was. The one with the green cover. I'll have the photo on screen. I can't remember. Love that series as well. Might also reread that. And it was buy one get one half price. And anytime Waterstones says buy one get one half price, I'm like, the book is usually £8. Now it's £4. So anytime they do buy one get one half price or a 3 for 2, I'll probably buy something. So I picked this up because again, I loved Big Little Lies, the TV show. I was like, well, I like the TV show, and if I read the book, I'm sure I'll like it. It's the same author, so yeah, it's basically about, is it a barbecue? Yes, it's a barbecue. Okay, I'm just gonna read the synopsis. But this is a story which begins with a barbecue. By the end of it, lifelong friendship will be in tatters, a marriage on the rocks, and an innocent bystander dead. I love whodunits. Whodunits, murder mysteries. Those are some of my favorite kinds of content in general. So a whodunit to start at a barbecue that has chaos. Yes. Next book is Half a Veil's One. I don't know why I've never read this. In fact, you can tell how old this book is because the pages are starting to go yellow. The comparison, the next book, the pages are white. And I've had this book for a year. This I've had for I had it when I was in university and I graduated university 2 years ago. So yeah. And I think this is probably her most popular book. That's why I got this one first. I had never read her books, still haven't. And I was like, let me get the one that is the most popular. I think this will actually be my book of January. So hopefully at the end of the month I can come back. It's not long at all. It's only like 430 pages and I can do this in a month. And love her and what she stands for. I just haven't read her books yet because life. But we're gonna do it this month. And I'm actually really excited to read this. One thing I'm really excited about this year particularly is there are a lot more Nigerian authors on my to be read list than usual, which I love. Some books are lifestyle / self-helpy type books. Other books are just pure fiction. My favorite genre of book is fantasy. I love fantasy novels. And that's another reason why this year is actually really important, because there's a lot less fantasy on here. There's again self-help, lifestyle, fantasy, fiction, just like murder fiction, thrillers. I will read anything, but I do tend to read fantasy the most. The next book is a fantasy novel. It is Daughters of Nri by Remi Amayo. Another Nigerian author. So many Nigerian authors, it's making me so happy. I bought this book because I love Children of Blood and Bone. I know some people are like, oh, the books are overrated. I loved the first one. The second one, it took me a while to get into it, but once I did. And because I ordered those on Amazon, I do order my books on Amazon sometimes because I live in Nigeria, so getting books here is hard. But because I ordered it on Amazon, I got this recommended to me, and I saw it, and I don't know anything about this book, not a damn thing. But I saw the cover, Black women, and then I saw the name, Nigerian woman, and it's fantasy, and it's similar to Children of Blood and Bone according to Amazon. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. So I did. Haven't read it yet. This might be my book of February, maybe. Again, I don't know when I'm gonna read each book, but I am gonna read like each one in a month. Some of them are significantly thinner than others, but I'm so excited. Oh my god, this has a dictionary at the back. We love to see it. One thing I love about books by Nigerian authors involving Nigerian characters is my inner monologue. Sound how I sound now. Typically, depending on the book I read, my inner monologue and how I sound, how I make the character sound, is dependent on where the book takes place. So if it's a fantasy book, they tend to have more kind of British accents akin to maybe Game of Thrones. If it takes place in America, it's an American accent. Sometimes if I'm reading a fantasy, they will have American accents. But with books like this, Children of Blood and Bone, which is on my shelf, on my shelf, the inner monologue and the characters sound Nigerian and they sound like me, which makes me really happy. It's a small thing, but it really does mean a lot because I know that book, not that it was written with me in mind, because obviously anyone can read anything, but it's just really nice to know that, you know, the author is from my country. And listen, getting a book published is hard, so I'm really excited. And then it said the synopsis, I'm not going to read the whole thing, I'm just going to read the bit at the top. It says, time will birth hope back to the earth. It will be brought forth by the daughters of Nui. I think it has something to do with magic. I would assume it has something to do with magic. But I have honestly no clue what it's about. But I kind of like that though. I have no idea. And it's truly like an original read. I don't know if I've seen that many people talk about it. I'm sure they have. But yeah, I'm really excited to read that. The next book is not a fictional book. It's kind of in the lifestyle self-help category, and it's called Chapters. It's also by a Nigerian author, Jisinifemi Ogundife. I'm really excited to read this. My mom actually knows her, and she was invited. My mom was invited to the book launch, but we couldn't go, so she did send us the book, and it's actually signed. I have maybe 3 books that are signed by the authors of those books, and those books generally mean a lot to me. So I'm really excited to read this, and it's just kind of dealing with, you know, life and things like that. After 2021, I feel like I'm going to be reading a lot more of these kind of books of, you know, just dealing with life and things like that. It's a very short book. This will probably be my book for like March, April, because I know I have exams coming up. So if I am going to read in those months, I want them to be books that not that are distracting, because I can really still read novels and work, but books that, you know, won't take that long to read. I mean, this book is it up to 100 pages? Excluding the notes, it's about 130 pages. I can do this in a day, so yeah, that is my book. So again, for March, I don't know how I'm gonna read these books. Half of Yellowstone will be my book for January. I'm putting that out there, and once I say that on camera, I'm bound to it. But I think this will probably be for maybe like March. Next book I found out about because there's a Netflix show here in Nigeria based on it, and it's called The Smart Money Woman. This is fictional, but like it's fictional but non-fictional at the same time. So basically, this book is about 4 women in their 20s/30s, all at different stages of life, dealing with finances. And it's also about like African women and their relationship to finance. The TV show is very good. I really enjoyed it. I'll link the show down below. It is on Netflix. I don't know if it's on Netflix worldwide, but it is in Nigeria. But I will link the actual show below. So once I watched the show, I knew I wanted to read the book. And obviously with most book adaptations, the book is different from the adaptation. So it's just very interesting. I also like that the show does this as well, how it has like actual lessons in it. So this is the smart money lessons, because the woman who wrote the book works in finance, so they're actually like little tidbits that she gives about finance, spending, saving, things like that. Things that I need to learn to start doing because I'm an adult now. So yeah. Yeah, that is the book that I'm gonna read. I don't know when. I've said this like 10 times. I don't know when I'm gonna read this, but I will read it. Again, I really like the TV show, so I am really excited about it. Next book is a non-fiction book that I am so excited to read. I'm just so honored to have. It is Truth and Justice by Mrs. Harriet Balogun. This woman is inspirational. Like, she's an icon in the legal field. I am a lawyer, fun fact, or law student. So she wrote this book, and it's kind of like a memoir such about her life and legal practice in Nigeria. She was the first female attorney general of Lagos State, and again, she signed a book for me. This one, I mean, she's, first of all, she's iconic, like truly an icon. Second of all, she's one of the sweetest people ever. When you speak to her, she speaks to you like she is your grandmother, and it's just really heartwarming. I've had a few conversations with her, and she's just very supportive, very kind, very loving, and she gave me this book last year. I have not sat down to read it. I am going to read it now. Again, as somebody who wants to work in law, books like this are really important, and it's just things about, again, her experiences with law and just her ideas, and yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. This might be my book for like April, maybe. I don't know yet. Next, we have a really random book actually. And I'm sure if you see it, you're gonna be like, huh? But hey, you know, it is Jekyll and Hyde. But this copy doesn't look like your typical copy of Jekyll and Hyde because it's actually an annotated copy. So my sister had read this book in school, so this is actually her copy, and it's actually filled like with her annotations, which is interesting as well. But I've never read Jekyll and Hyde. I know the story very well. I've just never read it. So I thought, you know what? I am going to read it, and I found this copy at home. I thought, you know what? Why not read Jekyll and Hyde for funsies? So yeah, by Robert Louis Stevenson. It's just one of those, you know what the hell, might as well read it. And again, I just love seeing, like, one, seeing my sister's handwriting, two, just seeing her annotations and kind of what her ideas. Did she just say OJKs? She just said, just like the OJKs, man accused of a hideous crime. Lol. Yeah, it's just really interesting just seeing her annotations and things like that. Yeah, that's literally the reason I want to read it. One, I've never read Jekyll and Hyde. Two, it was my sister's copy and I miss my sister. So yeah. The last book that I have in this stack is a big old book that I'm not going to read for a while, honestly, because this is the kind of book that like deserves your attention and like your full concentration. It is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I mentioned earlier the Throne of Glass series. People talk about like books that they grew up with, like Harry Potter. Throne of Glass is my Harry Potter. I read the first book, I think in 2012. I'm like, I actually like grew up with those books. I read the last one in 2019. Yeah, 2019. So like I started the series when I was in secondary school. I finished the series when I was in university. So it's really nice to kind of grow with the characters, grow with the author. And I own all the books. They're not here, sadly. When I moved, I left them because it's just really heavy. My sister has them. Tangent, my sister has an Instagram where she talks about books. I will link it down below and I'll leave it on screen. Self-promotion. Even though it's not myself, but I will promote her forever. So yeah, she actually really wants to read Throne of Glass series. I have told her that they are really fun. But yeah, Sarah J. Maas, so just an author that I love. Throne of Glass, love those books. A Court of Thorns and Roses, love those books. I haven't read the newest one. I think it's A Court of Silver Flames. Not yet. I haven't heard great things, but I'm really excited to read it regardless. So yeah, when I found out she was coming out with Crescent City, I was like, yes, I have to read it. I have to have it because I have to. The thing is though, this book is thick with 2 C's. This book is wait, hold on. This book is 800 pages. Yo, yeah, this book is 800 pages long. So that's why this book, I'm not gonna read it for a while. And that's one of the reasons I haven't read it yet, because honestly 2021 is just a lot going on and I didn't want to start an 800 page book. I have heard great things about it and I do really like Sarah J. Maas's world building. Look at how tiny the words are. So yeah, that being said though, the Empire Stones? No, Kingdom of Ash. I'll have it on screen. The last Throne of Glass book was 800 pages and I managed to read that in no time. So yeah, I'm very excited. This will probably be the book I read during the summer, like when I have the time. You know, this is like a sit down and like read it type of book. Also the artwork is just so creepy. You want to tell me this isn't pretty? This could be a thumbnail in and of itself. Like, you want to tell me this isn't pretty? So yeah, I'm just so excited to read it. And again, fantasy novels are my favorite. I just love them so much. So yeah, I have some books that I am going to read that are not here with me physically. Either I haven't ordered them yet, my sister has them, or I've ordered them, they're just not here. One of them is in the miso soup. I'm really excited about it because I've heard about it. I can't remember where I heard about it, but I think it was maybe from Jack Edwards. That might have been where I heard about it. And then I'm subscribed to Waterhousestone's mailing list, so they had a list of like short stories that you should read, and I saw that one and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. So I ordered it immediately because I had heard about it before, and when I see something like twice, I'm like, it's a sign. So I ordered it, and I'm really excited because it's about this guy named Frank who goes to Tokyo, and then he gets a tour from a Japanese man. I cannot remember the character's name. I haven't read the book yet. I literally don't know much about it. But the man then starts to suspect that this guy Frank could be linked to some murders that have been going on. Chaos. That's it. I just know that there's murder, there's intrigue. I believe it's a thriller, and that's it. And I just want to read it. So yeah, no, I don't know much about it, but I'm really excited. So the next book is My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. Now again, Nigerian authors, Nigerian women. So I've known about this book for a while. It's another one of those books that like I've known about, I just haven't read yet, but I will read it. That's why I ordered it. I know it's about this woman, her name is Korede, and her sister calls and she killed her boyfriend. Chaos. That's it. I think this year I'm definitely leaning more towards like thriller, murder, mystery type books. I don't know why. These are just the books that I've been like reading these days. But I'm really excited to read it. Again, a lot of these books, because I don't have them physically with me, I don't know everything there is to know about them. I just know these are books that I've either heard a lot about or they've been on my to be read list for a while. Like I have a whole list on Amazon of books I am going to order that either I've heard someone talk about, I saw it on TikTok, my sister has mentioned it, my sister owns it, or things like that. Next book, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This wasn't actually on my to be read list until maybe like a month ago. But then I watched a YouTube video, I will have it linked down below. Someone, I can't remember, it was Ava Jules. Love her, really adorable. And she was basically saying that she had read the book in 2021 and she loved it. And once she described it, I was like, oh, this seems interesting. So I thought, you know what, let me read up about the book, and that book is right up my alley. It is about this woman whose memoir is being written to Evelyn Hugo and about her different marriages and the life that she's lived. And it just kind of strikes me as like old Hollywood glamour. So that just seems like something really interesting. And I don't really read books like that. Again, my lane is very much fantasy and I'm trying to break out of that lane. So yeah, that's another book that I really want to read. The next one is The Midnight Library. I know everybody and their grandmother has talked about this book. My sister has talked about this book a lot and I really want to read it. I'm really excited to read it. Again, I don't know much. I know that it's about, I believe it's about this woman that she can have a redo of her life and then she ends up in a library. I've just heard it's very good. I can't tell you what it's about, but I just know it's very good and I want to read it. All right, 2 more books, one of them being Ace of Spades. Now Ace of Spades, my sister has the book actually, and when I see her next, I'm gonna get it from her. She has not stopped talking about this book and everybody has talked about this book. I've heard it so many times that this book is amazing. So now I have to read it. I do know my sister said it kind of gives like Gossip Girl vibes, but a bit more sinister. She says it's a mixture of like Gossip Girl and Get Out, which are 2 properties that I thoroughly enjoyed. So I have to have it. Again, I don't want to say too much about the books. One, because I don't know what some of these books are about. Like I know the vague details, but I don't know the plot points, and I don't have the books with me, so I can't like read the synopsis like the ones I have here. But I know that this book slaps. My sister calls the author Auntie Farida, and for my sister to do that and go on about this book, she reads a lot of books. So for her to go on about this book as much as she has, I know that it has to be good, and I trust her taste, especially because she has great taste. Right, last book is Butter Honey Pig Bread. Now again, I don't know much about this. This is not me trying to sell you these books. This is just me trying to hold myself accountable to read these books. But Dima Ume, one of my favorite YouTubers, mentioned these books in a video, and again, it's by a Nigerian author. And when I hear Nigerian authors have written XYZ and the book is good, I want to have it because Nigerian women. But yeah, I know that I've heard about the book. I've heard good things. I would Google the synopsis, but I am filming this on my phone, so I can't really, disconnect my phone and all that jazz. But I want to read it. If I can find the synopsis of like each book, I'll actually have it like on the screen so that I don't sound like a complete novice. I genuinely know what I'm talking about when it comes to books. I just don't have them with me. yeah, those are all the books that I plan to read. They're here. Well, some of the ones I have in hard copy are right here. Oh. So yeah, these are just some of the books I plan to read this month. I do want to try and make a video every month about each book, and again, I am doing this to hold myself accountable. Once I put it on the internet, I have no choice now. So please, like, just randomly put any of my videos, just put in a comment what book did you read this month. But yeah, those are all the books that I plan on reading this month. Thank you for watching this really disjointed video about me talking about books. Hopefully by the end of the year I would have read all of these books and I can do a comprehensive sit down of like all the books I've read this year. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.